nature's been transformative in this situation. So how transformative can nature be, or the natural world be, rather? Let's not call it nature, because then I think that separates us. But how transformative can the natural world be to families? What have you seen? What examples can you tell us? Look into the camera as well.
Yeah. I kind of bring it back to a couple of steps, really. So, are we part of the natural world? Are we part of the natural kingdom? However you want to say it. You say that to young people, for example, and there's a massive disconnection with nature. Full stop. And I said to you before, like this is with regards to the nature side of the stuff that I do. The real thing for me is that supporting young people or adults to get involved in nature, the impact of that is if when they fall in love with it, they want to look after it more. As well as that, it's having that clear understanding that I'll be part of the natural world. Once people start feeling like they're part of something, whether it be through bushcraft, whether it be through growing, whether it be through cooking, whether it be through green building, whatever it might be, you're starting to build that connection. And we're so far away from that connection now, and it's only getting further. It's funny actually, that thing you sent me, you're going to have to shut me up in a minute.
No, keep going, it's good.
That thing that you sent me the other day about the guy that does the teaching for the rave culture stuff and the culture, and I've thought for a while about this. I told you about it before, the Grassroot Activators program, which is the course that I'm developing, which I think can make a massive difference long term. But having a culture module on it, and it's interesting that you've got, things like that, where you've got people that have been going to raves and all the rest of it, and music was the thing that brought people together. And when he said, "What's the thing now?" And the thing is social media, isn't it? It's not like coming together with your friends and having a good time. Like, cut all the drugs and the rest of it out of it. Like, the real thing was they were coming together on their own terms and having a good time. And that's missing. And if the only way that people can come together now is on a freaking tablet or on a phone or on some other such things, and I will, my language is going to be sorted for this. Okay. It's just like, you can't see it. And you've seen those kids that bloke interviewed, and that's exactly how I get when I talk about nature. It's just like, it's so far removed from it. If they don't know about it, why are they going to want to look after it? And the other thing is, if they're more worried about flipping, and this isn't everyone, because whatever, everyone's in different situations, but if you're more worried about putting dinner on your plate, then what's the chances of you then suddenly thinking, well, I'd best be eating, I don't know, a bit of quinoa or chickpeas or whatever it might be? That's not your priority, and it's understandable. And I guess it's more about like the initial steps of supporting and engaging those young people, them feeling confident around you. Like I said, it could be young or old. Once they feel confident around you and you're building that relationship, then at that point, then you expand into whatever it might be, the bushcraft, the growing, the cooking. Once they, for example, here, they would learn how to cook different meals from the ingredients that we grew, and then they contact local community groups. Like, there's a group from a residential home that had, God, I've forgotten.
That's right. Dementia.
Bingo. They all had dementia, and then suddenly, all around cooking these different kind of meals, and they could remember certain things. They could remember singing. It was about living in the moment. Suddenly, these old dears and these old blokes are singing these old wartime songs, and we were like, this is amazing. They couldn't even remember their own flipping name. They're eating the food, they're loving it, they help cook it. Then one of the girls that was part of the youth group, who now is a young leader for me doing detached around South Bristol, and hopefully will be a youth worker tomorrow, community leader tomorrow, she sang in front of them because they gave her the confidence. And that was the first time she was shit hot, but she'd never sing in front of people. She's had a difficult time, over the years, and she probably didn't want to put herself in a position to do that in front of people. But it's little things like that, and you could tell I could go on all day, but there's all those little stepping stones over a process of just letting people be and enjoy themselves out in nature and realise what it has to offer. And once people realise that and they felt it personally, that's when the connection happens, and that's when it makes a difference.